You're watching the Adrian Bauer Project. Hello. Many thanks for choosing to click on my thumbnail and to watch my content. Very much appreciated. As always, okay, so it's been nearly 4 weeks since I've done a video. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this kit, just a little explanation where I've been. So at the beginning of the month, 4th of May, it was Claire and mine's 10th wedding anniversary. Thank you for the congratulations and all that. So I decided I was going to have a week away from everything. I had a week off work and a week away from modelling and absolutely everything. So that was that. And then, lo and behold, bugger me, if I didn't get ill at the end of that week. So I had to have another week off of work. Now, as great as that might sound, it was awful because I spent that entire week in bed. I think it was some kind of flu. I had to have 2 COVID tests. That's how bad it was. The doctors wouldn't see me because my, all the everything that was wrong with me. They didn't want to come out and risk me spreading it to all and sundry. So, and being at the age as I am, because in a few weeks I am 59 years old, it's gone are the days where I can be ill one day and right as rain the next. So it's really took the wind out of my sails on that. So I've had a little time to recover, and so that's where I've been. And on top of it all, you're going to hear why this I had a bit of a mishap with this kit that took the wind right out of my sails. And let's get on to that. So let's have a look at a little photo montage. Okay, so let's have a look at what we did. First of all, I primed the cabs with black spray paint. I used a car spray paint, it said on the tin it was for plastic. I did a couple of coats of that and I thought, great, I don't have to do any more black on that at all. So that moved on to the wheel hubs, which were all spray painted white. Didn't adhere very well because, like I said, it got that silver paint on it anyway. Really, you need to be stripping that silver paint off and just redoing them with a base coat and white, but I didn't want to spend all that time faffing about with that, so I just spray painted them white and hope for the best. After those were done, I spray painted the tops of the trailers white because I'm having mine white, and then I went along the sides and the backs and the front with them as well on the black, just to bring them all all up together, and they look very nice as well. Thank you very much, Mrs. After that, I sat down and I did the inside, the interiors for the cabs, which was painting the entire interior grey, and then all the seating was grey and black. As I said in the last video, I was planning to do the national flag on the bedding, but you're not going to see it at all. So then I did what was to become a big major mishap. I sprayed some gloss varnish onto the cabs and it dried white and milky and misty. Now this was a gloss spray. It shouldn't have done that. I don't understand why it did it, but I'd put it down to either it was the paint that reacted with varnish, or I had a can of varnish that was just bad. That's all I could say. So that really knocked the wind out of my sails of that. So I've decided just to go over those areas that were all milky and horrible and weather it with anthracite paint. And when I come to show you where we've got so far, you can see the effect I've come up with, whether you like it or not. I'm still up in the air with it, but Here I am back in lovely Liveland. Yeah, so there we go. So was it the paint reacting with the varnish? Did have a bad can of varnish? I just don't know, but it really knocked me back for six, to the point where you got all this get up and go for a kit, and then something happens, and it sort of like makes you go, yeah, right. It did actually, when it first happened, it did make me think, shall we just pack up modelling altogether, because it's not enjoyable, this kit at all. But I think that was just a little blip. I don't know. But having said that, and I've had this comment from subscribers as well who've made this kit. This kit is awful. It is. It's garbage. This kit is really garbage. Now, now I dig at Revell. I love Revell. I think they do some awesome kits, reasonably priced kits as well. I've got the Messerschmitt BF 109 to do. That one kit of the year in 2010. That's a great kit. I've got the Iron Maiden Spitfire kit. I've heard great things about that. That's supposed to be a great kit. I've also got the Shackleton, Avro Shackleton, is it called? That's a great kit. I've seen many builds of that. That's awesome. Ship kit as well. Yeah, it's the butter flower. I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, it's a Corvette. That's supposed to be a great kit as well. But for every great kit that Revell release, they release some absolute some pigs of kits, to the point where it makes you think, why are you carrying on making these kits? Why are you producing them? Because they are awful. I had it with the Iron Maiden 747 kit. That is an awful kit. And with these, again, I think it's more for the decals we want these kits than the kit itself. I think this kit's going around about 50 quid now, and it is not a 50 quid kit. God, please do not expect Tacom Tamiya type lorries on these kits, because like I said in the previous video, these are more toy than model. They really are. Honestly, it's up to you how far you want to do this. If you want to buy this kit and spend money on aftermarket, that's up to you, but I'd advise against it. I'd save your money and get a kit that is going to be worth 50 quid for a lorry kit. Shop around, do your research, watch videos like mine and other people's, make your own decision up. So what I'm going to show you now is as far as I've got with one of the tractor units. So here we go. So as you can see, this is showing up a lot better on this camera than I thought it was going to be. So as you can see, the light grey bits there are, that's where it went all milky and horrible, and I thought, well, it's going to have to be weathered. So if you look in the back there, just there, that's what it was looking like on 65% of the actual cab. It was awful, and I sprayed it on and it looked great, but then it dried, and that's how it dried. So whether it's a bad can of varnish I had, whether the paint has reacted with varnish, I don't know, but that really knocked the wind out of my sails. So I didn't want to be doing tons and tons of weathering on these kits, like I said before. So, but this is called my hands really. So that's the paint effect I've got at the minute. Am I happy with it? Not 100%. It's okay, it's weathering, but I'm going to have to do a gloss varnish over the decals anyway, and that's going to be, it's all going to be hand varnish. I've got some Vallejo gloss varnish up there, and it's to put on with a brush, so I'm going to do that, probably wash it down a little bit and see what kind of effect I can get with that. But that's how we've got so far. It looks weather beaten, which I don't mind actually. I don't really like straight out of the showroom kits myself. I do like to do weathering on them, so but that has called my hand a bit. And as we said before, as you can see, this is very, very toy-like. This all needs. This is one of those horrible friction engines, you know, little friction motors that you go vroom, 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 and I'll let it go. That's all that's missing out of this. The wheels, which I said I was going to leave to last, but I thought, sod it, it's all going on now. The wheels are awful. They are these plastic moulded ones. I've not even bothered getting rid of the seam lines around the middle because I just couldn't be arsed. And that's what they look like. And you can see at the front, there you go. That is the wheel at the front. Tell me that is not a toy wheel. That is not a model wheel. That is a toy wheel. So there we go. You know what you're getting into now. So the fuel tanks I sprayed white. I was going to paint them silver, but as has it, down the bottom of my road, they're building a new housing estate, and a lorry came past with the fuel tank, and it was white. And I thought, sod it, I've sprayed them, so that's it. I do have to paint just like a little band around the middle there where it holds the fuel tank on or whatever it is. I don't know. So as you can see inside, you're not going to see a great deal. There is a decal that you get for the dials. Now on this one, the Motorhead kit, the decals on the dials do fit flush. On the other two kits, they don't. So you may have to just cut out around where the decal goes behind the steering wheel if you want to get them to go down where they're supposed to be. If you just leave them like I left them, they look okay because, like I say, you can't see that. You can't see inside all that much anyway. I mean, you're not seeing it on there. I did put on the back. There's the obligatory saucy lady calendar on the back of there, but you can't see it. So just hold it at an angle, and sometimes you do see it. So there we go. So the silver parts, as you can see, these are the ones that I sprayed with the satin varnish. It has knocked the silver back a bit, but it still looks very, very toy-like. I do have to go over this grille with some black just to make it stand out a little more. Let's get on to the decals. The decals, they're not great. They are not great. They do tear easily, so be careful with them. They do tear easily. I've found that. On the Motorhead one, you have to put bastards on tour there. The A is a separate decal. The B, the A, and the stars a bit are all separate because there is I'm assuming it's like an air vent or something that you have to put the A on top. Jiggery pokery, you do have to faff about with it a little, but they do get on. There were some silver decals to go on there as well. I put them on and they look crap. They look awful. They looked like stickers, decals. So I took them off. So I am going to be painting that silver. You do get some decals. It's up to you because they say it's optional. So it's up to you whether you want to put them along the bottom of there, but they don't fit very well. They do not fit very well at all. So I tried and put them on, and it wasn't long before I decided no, they're coming off. So there we go. I haven't painted the window wipers yet on there, but there we go. I put these on the top just to see what they look like. But there we have it. So that's as far as I've got so far. So I've got another two tractor units to make up. Then I've got all the trailers to get the decals on. I will do a thin coat of gloss varnish, hand painted on for the big decals on the trailers. But still a little bit left to do. I've still got the exhaust parts, which I am going to paint again silver. They are going to be painted silver. So there we are. Like I say, my hand was cold because of the mishap with the varnish. Don't worry, yours isn't going to do that. Not forced to do that. But if it does, this is what I'm doing here. It's all going to be looking like they've had some wear. They've been knocked about. They have been on the road. You know, they're not going to be pristine trucks by any standards. What I'm building. So there we go. Yep, it's hindsight. Would I spend another £50 on a kit if they did a Metallica one or an Iron Maiden one? I'm going to have to say no, I wouldn't. It's a lot of money for what is basically you just buying the decals, the kit. This kit is a 20 quid kit at most. It really is. It's not great. Like I said before, I think the cost which Revell are asking is to cover the licensing fee for the copyright for the band's logos. That's where the money is on these. You may have a better time building this kit. It's fantastic, yeah, great, all for you, but I'm just giving my opinion, and that's what it is, my opinion. You may have a different view, which is fantastic. We can't all be agreeing with absolutely everything everybody goes, because we don't live in a woke lefty world, do we? Some people might think we do, but while there's people like me, they frigging well don't. So there we go. I've still got some decaling to do on there. A bit of wood. I'm going to do a bit of weathering on that back bit. So I've got the other two tractor units to do as well. So they will be made up, and that will be probably with the next video. Will be all three tractor units made up, weathered, varnished. See how we get on with them. With the, I've got the rest of the grips to put on, and like I said, the exhaust and everything. So that's as far as we've got with it today. So there we go. I hope this helps you decide on whether you're going to buy this kit or not. Your money, you do what you want with it. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that one. Really hope I'm not going to be leaving it as long this time to do the next video. Hopefully, fingers crossed I don't get ill again. So there we go. Thank you for my new subscribers as well. I've had a couple of new subscribers. Thank you very much appreciated. If your names have come up and I can click on it, then I will return the favour. But it's like I've said before, if you subscribe to my channel but you don't show your subscribers, then I can't subscribe to you. So there we go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and let's get on to part 4. Many thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and to ring the little notification bell.